Hello dear students, I am Dr. Sanjay Pagar, Associate Professor, Department of Geography. Dear student, I welcome all of you in this online video lecture series on behalf of Maratha Vidya Prasar Samajas, Charity Arts, Beach Commerce and AM Science, popularly known as KTHM College Nasik. Dear student, this is our MA MSc Geography Part First Class, Semester 1 and subject that is Principle of Economic Geography. The code of our subject is GGUT113. Today, in this lecture, we are going to discuss our topic number 4, that is economic development, and in this topic, we have a subtopic that is the classification of countries. Dear student, in the previous lecture, we have discussed detailed information about definition and measures of economic development. For today's lecture, we have study objective or the learning objective that is very simple to discuss the classification of countries on the basis of economic development. Dear student, the economic development is a process of targeted activities and a program that work to improve the economic well-being and the quality life of a community. The gross domestic product is the best way to measure economic growth. You know that student, on the basis of economic growth and economic development, we can able to classify the country in the various categories. The economic development can only happen if economic growth take place. You know that the economic growth is a part of the economic development, and therefore when the economic growth is increased, then definitely it helps to the growth of the economic development of that country. The economic development is a combination of market productivity and the welfare value of the nation. For classification of countries in various groups, economic development is a basic criteria. On the basis of this criteria, we can able to categorize all countries of the world into the generally three groups. Let us discuss the three major category of the country that we classified on the basis of economic development. The first is, of course, developed country. Second is the developing country, and last one is the underdeveloped country. Let us talk about the developed country. The term developed country is a very subjective, but generally means of country is advanced in terms of infrastructure, industrialization, income per capita, and the standard of living is called the developed country. Means a country which fulfill these four major characteristics, that they have a good infrastructure, good industrialization is there, income per capita is also good, and if the standard of living of the people is high, then such country we call as a developed country. In other words, a developed country refer to a country with a relatively high level of economic growth and security. That is very important. For example, of the developing country, we have United States of America, England, Canada, Germany, or most of the European country belonging from this category of developed country. Let us see what are the major characteristics of the developed country. And yes, the first very important characteristic, that is, these countries have a high standard of living. Means due to the high per capita income, these people maintain very good high standard of living in that country. Second important characteristic of these countries are, these countries usually have almost to a full universal health care. Means they have a very good infrastructure of the healthcare facility in that area. They can access good health facility, and this is the very important characteristic of the developed country. Third one is, this country have a high GDP per capita. Yes, that is also important. When the per capita income of these people is increased, then definitely the GDP of the country is also increased, and this is a very important characteristic of the developed country. This country have a very low poverty rates. That is also important, because most of the people have engaged in the various economical activity, and therefore the rate of the poverty is very less in that country. I mean, the proportion of the below poverty line people are very less we observe in the developed country, and these countries are mostly located in the Europe continent. Let us see the second category of developing country. First, let us see the definition. The country with low industrialization and the low human development index are termed as a developing country. See student, the two things are very important when we are talking about the definition of the developed country. The first is low industrialization and the low human development index. When we compare with the first category of the developed country as compared to them, in this country, in developing country, we observe the low industrialization and the low human development index. Means the human resources are not too developed. So these are the category. These are the major characteristic of the developing country. This country also known as a less developed country. Again, I repeat that when we compare with the first category of developed country, yes, compared to them, this country have a less developed country. This country are the moderately rich and the moderately poor we observe. And another important characteristic of this developing country. For example, developed country include the India, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, and the most of the other country of the African and Asia continent belong from this category. Let us see some major important characteristic of the developing country. The first is very important, that is the low per capita real income. That is very important. Again, when we compare with the first category as compared to them, this country have a very low per capita real income. And another important characteristic, that is high population growth rate, and the total population of this country is high. When we compare again with the first category of developed country as compared to them, the population growth in this country is also high, and the size of means the total population are also high we observe in this country. The high rate of unemployment. Yes, again the unemployment rate is we observe as the most of the country have a high, the unemployment rate is the near about the 20% or maybe the more than that also we observe in some developing countries. So that is also important characteristic. Dependence on the primary sector is also one important characteristic of this country, because most of the people are engaged in the primary activity. Mostly I am talking about the agriculture. Agriculture is the important occupation. In that we observe the most people are participated. Again I repeat, the most of the ASEAN and African country belonging from this category, and there we observe the still agriculture is the major occupation. Dependence on the expert of the primary community. Yes, this is very important, because most of people can engage in the primary activity. At some extent, the surplus production of the production of various commodity that they achieve, they gain from the primary occupation, and they able to export to the other country, and with and they can able to earn some foreign currency also. This is also some important characteristic of this country. Another important characteristic that the standard of living in the developing country is normally not very high. Yes, it is a medium type of the standard of living we observe in this country. Again, important thing that literacy rate is quite low, as people are deprived of education facility, because in most of the country, in the developing country, still in the rural part of that country, they don't have the good education facility, and therefore people are not able to get the proper education, and the tradition of that social of the people, and the facility that are available at the people, the economic condition of the people, all these things are affect on the low literacy rate that observed in this country. It is sometimes it is less than 60%, or maybe the less than the 70% we observe in this country. And last important characteristic that most of the people in developing countries are poor, have a very poor facility. The basic facilities are very poor. Even the road, communication, the electricity, such type of the primary basic facilities are not developed we observe in this country. Let us talk about the third category of underdeveloped country. The term underdeveloped country refer to that state of an economy where level of living of masses are extremely low due to very low level of per capita income, resulting from a low level of productivity and the high growth rate of the population. See student, this is a very comprehensive definition of underdeveloped country, and what we are expecting here when we compare with the first two category of the country, developed country and developing country, that we definitely are going to understand the what do you mean by the underdeveloped country. The main characteristic of this underdeveloped country is they have a very low level of per capita income, and even the level of productivity is also very low we observe in this country. In other hand, one another important characteristic is they have a very high growth rate of the population. There is always pressure due to the high population. The size of population is too much. There is a high pressure on the natural resources, and that also affect on the economic development of that country, and they're not able to maintain the good economic development in this country. Even the economic growth of this country is also observed very less. So therefore, this is about the definition about the underdeveloped country. The underdeveloped country is defined as a nation that is not developed economically as other nations. So just again I repeat that when we compare with the first two category, and we are talking about the development status of the economical development of this country have underdeveloped country have a very less developed economical development that we observe. Therefore, this country is known as a underdeveloped country due to the lack of economic development as compared to other two category of the country, that is developed country and the underdeveloped country. Dear student, this country are very poor. They have very low per capita income, I mean real income. For example, the example of this country are the most country, ASEAN and Africa belong from this category. The ideal example of Sudan belong from the Africa continent, and the Bangladesh belong from the Asia continent. In such like such country, we observe the most of the country of the ASEAN Africa belong from this category, that is the underdeveloped country. Let us discuss the characteristic of the underdeveloped country. The first important characteristic is that low per capita income. An underdeveloped country is a very poor, therefore they have a very low per capita income as compared to the developed country and developing country. Second important is the unequal distribution of the wealth and income. That is also very important. When we see the distribution of the wealth and the income that is observed in this country, there is unequal, because very few people have a very good wealth and the income, and on the other hand, most of the near about the 80% or more than that, the people have very very low the proportion of the wealth and income they belong. They have a very low income and the wealth. So therefore, this is another important characteristic of this country. Then we have dominance of the agriculture. This is very important. When we observe the occupation structure, then you can observe that the most of the people are depend directly or indirectly on the agriculture. The agriculture is the main occupation we observe in underdeveloped countries. The high rate of the population growth. This is again important characteristic. So in this country, we observe the population growth is always high each and every year. So therefore, when you're talking about the quantity is too much, but quality is not good. So therefore, that directly impact on the production and the productivity of the country. Low level of productivity and the poor quality of human capital. I just mentioned that due to the lack of the basic infrastructure available, the impact on the quality of the human being, the quality of the human resources. Maybe these people don't have too much scientific knowledge. The literacy rate is also low. They don't have the good technical knowledge, and working efficiency also low, and everything is low, and therefore that impact on the level of the productivity, and also the level they achieve or they able to get a very less income, and therefore their per capita income is also low. We observe in this country. Dear student, then again some scholar try to classify the country by using the other criteria. Especially I am talking about the T.A. Hornshore and the J.W. Alexander. These are the two important scholars. They classified country into the three categories. Let us see the first category, first world country. High developed countries of North America and Europe like USA, England, excluding the communist bloc, are called first world country or the nation. All countries are highly developed with respect to the economic development. Means again here, on the basis of economic development, we can classify classify the country into the three categories. And the first category of the first world category. In this country, we observe that the very high developed economic condition that we observe, and economic development in this country is very high. Second category of this country are second world country. The countries having centrally planned economy, the plants economies like China and Russia belonging from this category. Here we observe the main characteristic, that is they have centrally planned economy. Therefore, they have a good economic development in that observed in that country. Last important, third world country. The countries which are developing areas lacking in the modern urban industrial structure are presently known as third world country. The country like Kenya, Pakistan belong from this category. Here, when we compare the first world countries and second world countries, as respect to these previous two, these countries have a very less economic development, or therefore they are known as a third world country, where we observe the economic development is not too good, it is less as compared to first world country and the second world country. Dear student, again the World Bank also classified the country into the four categories. On the basis of income, they classified as per the data was available 2016. They classified all the countries of the world into the four categories. Let us see the first category. Yes, again one thing is there. These are set. This classification are set each and every year on 1st July. So as per the 2016, this classification was given by the World Bank. Let us talk about the first category of the country. And again one thing is there, all these economies of the countries divided according to 2016, that is the GNI, the gross national income. On the basis of gross national income, the World Bank classified the all country into the four categories. Let us see the first category of low income country had GNI, means gross national income per capita, according to as per the US dollar 1025 or less than that, is grouped into this category of the low income countries. And the ideal example are Chad, Tanzania and the Mali. These are the ideal example that belong from the first category of the country of low income countries. The second country we have lower middle income country. They had GNI, means the gross national income per capita in between US dollar 1076 and US dollar 4035. The ideal example from this group are India, Pakistan, Egypt. We are also belong from these lower middle income categories, the countries category. And let us see the third important group, that is the upper middle income countries had GNI, that is the gross national income per capita between US dollar 4036 and US dollar 12,236. So the country belong from this category: Russia, Iraq, South Africa. These are the countries that belong from the upper middle income countries. And last we have the last category of the country, that is high income country had gross gross national income per capita above the US dollar 12,236, and most of the European country belong from this category, such as Norway is one. Yes, actually Qatar is not belong from the European, but still due to the high income rate, they are also included in this category. Then we have the USA, Japan, and these are some developed country belong from this category. Dear student, this was about today's lecture. In this lecture, we try to classify the country of the world into the various category on the basis of the economic development of that country. In next lecture, we are going to discuss very important theory or the model of economic development of Rostov that we are going to discuss in the next lecture.